Well guys, it is Friday, so that means it is time once again to take a look at another Transformers Cyberverse episode. Today we are taking a look at Matrix of Leadership. Picking up from the last episode, Bumblebee and Teletraan-X have escaped the silo where the Decepticon Seekers ambushed them and captured Windblade. And now that they're alone, Bumblebee can finally ask Teletraan-X where the Ark and the other Autobots are.
And the answer is... Unicron!
No, but seriously, it turns out he doesn't know.
Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me.
Bumblebee is frustrated and depressed that he left Windblade behind to save Teletraan-X, hoping that he would be the key to finding the Ark and the other Autobots. But instead turned out to be...
totally useless!
But it just so turns out that one thing Teletraan-X can do is complete a cortical psychic patch. So I guess they can use him to explore Bumblebee's memories now that they don't have the Decepticon scout ship's computer anymore. In Bumblebee's mind, Teletraan-X... By the way, isn't Teletraan-X a bit of a mouthful to say repeatedly? I hope they give him a nickname in an upcoming episode that's easier to say. Maybe Telly? No, that makes me think of Teletubbies, or what British call TVs. How about Tranny? No, can't use that. Tran-X? That kind of sounds like the name of some kind of medication you'd see on TV. How about just X or Xy? That's not so bad. Let me know what nickname you'd give Teletraan-X down in the comments. But anyways, back on track. X basically tells Bumblebee WWOPD. What would Optimus Prime do? And to that end, they explore 3 of Bumblebee's memories focused around Optimus. First is one of Bumblebee bringing Optimus to a dying Alpha Trion, who bestows upon him the Matrix of Leadership, and where this episode gets its title from. I have to say, even though they play it up as this grandiose passing of the torch, it comes across a little underwhelming since there's no real change like we usually see when characters take on the Matrix. Optimus doesn't even change his name, or at least that we know of. I went through all the memories in previous episodes with Optimus in them, and as best as I can pinpoint, in all the ones that take place prior to this one, he is never referred to as Prime. In fact, in all of them but one, he's not even referred to as Optimus. And even that one where he is, I'm not sure on, and it could take place after this. In most of them, he's only referred to as things like Old Friend or File Clerk. So for all we know, his name before this could very well have been Orion Pax, Optronics, or something like that. I think even if they weren't going to create different models for him before and after he gets the Matrix, I think it would have helped if they thought ahead and referred to him by another name before this. Or at least have Alpha Trion say something like Arise Optimus Prime or something like that. But oh well. In the next memory, we see Bumblebee and Wheeljack on the run from a bunch of generic Seekers. Possibly an homage to the very beginning of the original G1 series? What do you think? Well, the 2 Autobots are lamenting leaving Prowl behind, but while they're arguing whether to go back for him, Optimus charges down the line, carrying the injured Prowl, and using his big silly Autobot shield to protect them from the Seekers' attacks. Prime tells Wheeljack to go get Ratchet to help save Prowl, which I thought was funny because if this was G1 Wheeljack, he probably could have helped Prowl by himself, since he was usually a bit of a medic himself in addition to being a mad scientist. But I guess Cyberverse Wheeljack never went to medical school. Prowl tells Optimus that he shouldn't have gone back for him, but Optimus says,
Prowl, we never leave a bot behind.
Which makes Bumblebee doubt himself. But X points him to the 3rd memory of this episode, where Optimus and Bumblebee are under the attack of Starscream, Novastorm, and Thundercracker. There's a neat part in here where Starscream does this sort of jet spin kick, followed by a Banshee-style Sonic Scream attack, which I think is the first time in all of Transformers that Starscream has actually used his scream as a weapon. But Optimus uses a gimmick of the toys and plows into and knocks the wind out of Starscream. As the Seekers retreat, Optimus shows regret sending away the Allspark and says that there's still time to correct his mistake. Bumblebee, finally learning the lesson of this episode, decides to go back for Windblade, and he and X transform and roll out. This is an alright episode. Definitely not one of the best, but not horrible. I think the main thing that kills it is the memory where this episode gets its title. If only there was something in that moment that signaled Optimus's transition from File Clerk to leader of the Autobots, other than just some music and Tron-style glow effects. Oh well. What did you think of the episode Matrix of Leadership? Once again, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. And be sure to tune in next week when we'll be going over the next episode, Siloed. See you then.
Thundercracker. Is any of that true?
Well, not really, but it's scarier that way.
Thundercracker!